Last one. Don't get hit by a car. What's up, collectors? Welcome back to another Criterion Adventures video. We are on our way to our fourth store, fourth Barnes & Noble, and the 50% off Criterion Sale. We've had a pretty good run so far. We've hit 3 stores.
Yeah, this is the final one too. Yeah. At least in Atlanta, for myself anyways.
Yeah, you're flying out tomorrow. This will be our last adventure together. And then I'm sure you'll pick up some more stuff once you get back to Oregon.
I will most definitely be picking up some more stuff.
Yeah, we'll see if... I don't know if I will. I probably shouldn't.
Famous last words,
I've been doing pretty well in the first 3 stores. We'll see what I find here. I might be totally wiped out. The Jacques Tati set was here before the sale started, and so I'm hoping it's still here because I really, really want that. It was in pretty good shape. What are you looking to get?
Well,
I'm also looking for Stalker. I'm hoping they still have Stalker.
This is very much where I'm kind of kicking myself for that first store had all of the 4Ks. It was the second of the month.
We can go back.
They probably won't have them anymore. That's what I'm saying. Is like I really messed up my chance on getting getting in line to get those because they had Double Indemnity 4K. They had The Last Waltz, which I was able to get at the last store, but they probably got Shaft. They probably got Double Indemnity, but those are popular titles that people want to get in 4K. So I'm hoping this is kind of where I get those, but if I can't, I will be trying to grab Akira Kurosawa's either Dreams or The Hidden Fortress. Those are the 2.
Oh no, those are both on my list. I might have to fight you.
Oh, okay. Well, I challenge you to a duel, sir. If
Well, I still need Citizen Kane 4K, which I don't even have yet. So maybe they'll have that. They should have that. They usually have like 4 or 5 of those on tap. But yeah, this is a pretty nice store. This is probably the biggest selection of any of the stores you've gone to.
Okay, now you've got me intrigued.
It's not massive or anything, but it's got a front shelf and a back shelf. It's like the whole island.
Okay.
Criterion stuff.
Cool. You have a great list that's got plenty of...
I forgot my list! No!
You have to go on,
I left my list at home last night when we were shooting our video.
Without a net.
Oh.
You got to go in without a net. Let's see how good your memory is.
Based on feeling, which is not how you should shop. But I'm just going to have to follow my gut. I think I have a good enough memory of what my list was.
And I think I skimmed your list once or twice, so I could maybe provide a little bit of guidance.
All right, here we go. Store number 4 of 4.
This is it.
Let's head in, and we will show you guys what we got. See you in a sec. We just got back from the 4th store, our 4th Criterion adventure. 4 out of 4, we're done. You're flying out on a plane tomorrow morning.
I am.
This is it.
4th and final. I'll say it's been great. I've been having a lot of fun on these Criterion adventures and just adventures in Atlanta in general. It's been wonderful. A great trip.
Thank you, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been amazing.
So happy to have you. Come back anytime. Maybe next year we'll do this again when there's a big sale, or maybe I'll come to Oregon. Check out, how many stores do you have in Oregon?
There are 3 that I know of that I do hit up every time we have a sale.
Okay, well.
So, not quite 4, but I could maybe do some research and see if there is a 4th one.
Well, my wife works out of a company in Seattle, so maybe we go up there for...
We never know.
Some work, and then we slide over to you. That's not too far, is it? How far is it?
No, 3-hour drive.
Okay.
Not too bad.
All right, well, the people don't care about this. The people want to see what we got. Let's show them what you got. What'd you get this time?
All right. So, by the way, wonderful store. You are not kidding about the selection.
This is my personal store. It's great.
And you have the best one in a stone's toss. Like, it's great.
I wish I had 4 stores at a stone's toss.
So the first one I got, by the way, I should just say, like, all of these were on my list.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to get my hands on them. I got a little bit of everything. On my list, I had 13. And then now that I'm done, all of the ones I got in store, I got 13 releases.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting the exact number, but just a few of them I couldn't get that were on my list that I ended up swapping for other things. But all of these ones were on my list.
Mm-hmm.
On my list, I had an Akira Kurosawa grab bag. So just any Akira Kurosawa that is not owned currently. And while I've been here, my brother texted me telling me that he purchased
Throne of Blood,
and also
Ikiru.
Yes. Wow, you know this better than I do. Okay. Which were 2 of the ones I was thinking about grabbing. However, I did get the one that I've been eyeing for a little over a year now, and that is Akira Kurosawa's Dreams.
It's a beautiful one. It's on my list.
It is a gorgeous cover. 1990 this came out. One of his later films. I think it's his second to last film. By the way, I love the solid green C on the disc here. Big booklet. And I am actually most interested of all of Kurosawa's films in checking this one out, because this is one where the great Ishiro Honda came out of retirement to help co-write a few of Kurosawa's later films. This is one where I think it is solely Ishiro Honda, or it is just Honda and Kurosawa co-writing for Kurosawa to direct. Very interested by this. Solid 2 hours, and I think it is just elegantly designed. I like that sort of, I can't tell if it's crayon or watercolor artwork or oil pastel, but really lovely. So that's the first one. Next,
very jealous of that.
Yeah, I did spot that one and
swooped in,
nab it. Next one is 2019's Portrait of a Lady on Fire. This is one that was really kind of all the rage back in the awards season of 2019 into 2020. Got a lot of buzz. Everyone loved the crap out of this movie. It only got a limited release, and I couldn't get to go see it when it was in theaters, and I thought I'll just wait for it to get a Blu-ray release. Mm-hmm. And then the only Blu-ray release it got, well, I was waiting for a Blu-ray release so I could then rent it digitally, and then the only Blu-ray release it got was a Criterion. So I needed to commit to buying one of these. Mm-hmm. And you know, every year there's always 1 or 2 movies that I'm not sure, just because everyone loves them and they're nominated for awards or they're on top 10 lists, I don't know if I'm going to like them, and sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. So I'm kind of taking a chance on this one. I'm really trusting, the stills that film Instagram likes to just share all the time. The artwork here is really, really cool. I like the design of this one. And I am going to finally give this one a shot and see what all the fuss is about.
Sweet.
So those were my 2 Blu-rays, and I did find 2 4Ks. For All Mankind was not in stock. It was, but it was only the Blu-ray. I've actually not seen that in stores in 4K, so I hope I can nab that this month, maybe back in Portland. But we found Double Indemnity.
There it is.
There was maybe some drama going on at the store today.
I found it first, but I let him have it.
You may have
really wanted it. My wife wanted it, so I grabbed it for her. But then I was like, "Well, we'll let Connor have this one."
And thank you so much. So this is Billy Wilder directed and then written by Wilder with Raymond Chandler. Iconic film noir, just a great movie. Barbara Stanwyck, Fred McMurray, Edward G. Robinson, who gives, I think, one of my top 5 favorite supporting performances in any movie in this. Just iconic, pure class. It's Billy Wilder, so pretty much just straight down the line, textbook screenwriting. Like, it's just directing, all of it. He's a chameleon, and he's just so good. And lastly, I got another 4K. This is Gordon Parks' Shaft, the iconic blaxploitation classic. Excellent artwork by the incomparable Bill Sienkiewicz, the great comic book artist known for Daredevil, amongst many, many other things. But I love the purple and white scheme that kind of goes around it, but then the actual cover has a lot of color, a lot of detail going on here, and even the interior is just really neat, where you have the discs, but then across the back you have Shaft. But what's neat here is that because one of the bonus features is that it includes an entire film, which is the film's sequel, Shaft's Big Score, and that's included on a second...
On its own disc.
On its own disc.
It's great.
Which is cool because it gets its own, like, text font, or, like, its own title, like, right on the disc, which is pretty cool. I've never really seen that. Usually, when I think about It's Impossible to Learn to Plow by Reading Books, which is available on the Slacker disc, or I think about Killer's Kiss, which is available on the Killing disc, it's just on the menu. And this one, it gets its own disc, and that's really, really cool. However, the Shaft, the release, the film that the release is all centered around, is a 4K, and that is, I think, really exciting. I cannot wait to watch this and see this classic. I meant to when the Tim Story film was coming out in 2019, but it got away from me, so now I can pop it in whenever.
Sweet.
So that was my haul for today. These 4 films. DJ, what did you get?
Very good haul. Nice work, man. All right, my first one is very special. We were both so excited. You were excited for me to find this. This is one that was on my list. Halfway through this week, I found out that this only has a DVD, doesn't have a Blu-ray. Someone recommended way back in the Facebook group when I was put out a call for family films I could have in my house for my kids to grow up with that were in the Criterion collection. Somebody recommended, it wasn't a hard recommendation, they didn't know. They said, I think maybe Spirit of the Beehive might be okay for children, but they hadn't seen it yet. So that put it on my radar. The director was already on my radar because I was planning on getting El Sur, his other film. This is a director that likes to dabble in fantasy, also a Spanish director. Most of his movies are centered around children. Who does that sound like?
It sounds like it might appeal to you a little bit.
Fantasy, children, and Spanish. That's Guillermo del Toro, all the way. So I was looking at the Criterion channel, and del Toro actually has an interview where he talks about this movie specifically, and he gave it nothing but high praise. It like blew his mind. He kind of bases his filmmaking on this film, the style of this film, and it was a very important film for his history. It's Spirit of the Beehive. So this, like I mentioned, I didn't mention his name, it's Victor Erice. Very influential on Guillermo del Toro, who's a filmmaker that I really like, and I've watched through all of his films. So I'm moving on to Victor Erice's filmography. 1973, centers around a little girl. I think this takes place like around the Spanish Civil War era, and she is kind of a not well off child, and she sees Frankenstein for the first time, the 1931 film, and it blows her mind. Like, it's her first film experience, and she's like, there's a little clip on that interview where she's like talking to her friend, like, how do we know they didn't die? Like, she doesn't even understand film yet. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited to check that out. Like I said, only a DVD, but that means that it was only $15 on the sale, which was great. And I love the cover, and I love the whole white and gold scheme. It looks great.
You are so
check it out.
like sold by Del Toro's pitch. You actually showed me
I showed you the
the
pitch.
bonus feature, and it's got me excited, and I'm very happy for you because it sounds like a great movie, and you'll have to tell me how it is. Because I'm not one to really go out of my way to get DVDs unless they're out of print. But I am excited. If you give that a glowing review, I will probably buy it myself.
Yeah, knowing my luck, it'll get announced for a Blu-ray like in the coming months. Couple months.
In like a week.
So hopefully not. Or hopefully, I mean, I'll be happy. Either way,
Yeah.
I'll be happy. Next one up on my list is Make Way for Tomorrow. I first heard about this movie because it is the basis for the film Tokyo Story, which is based on this.
And you blew my mind telling me that. I had no idea.
Yes, which is kind of the same deal. It's about an old couple. All I know is about an elderly couple, and it looks, and I've heard it has a very brutal, like very sad ending. It hits you. It hits you hard, and I'm assuming it's something to do with this elderly couple. Like they're kind of walking away from each other. Maybe they're having like a falling out, or maybe it's one of them dies. I don't know. I'm in for a tearjerker. It says right here on the back that it is quite the tearjerker. So I'm excited to check that one out. I'm gonna watch that one with my wife. It should be a good. I don't know if I'm gonna say a good time, but it should be a rewarding experience because it's supposed to be a really great film. Make Way for Tomorrow. Beautiful. Blue and black cover. I love that the sky is black with the blue buildings and the blue sea up at the top. Mm-hmm. And you had mentioned this reminds you of the City Lights cover with the blue.
Yeah, the
buildings.
artwork in general looks like similar line work. It maybe is the same artist. I'm not sure. I haven't compared them side by side, but they look similar.
Yeah. So excited to check that one out. And then I plan to check out Tokyo Story after that. So next up we've got Heaven Can Wait. Oh, the synopsis on this just completely sold me. It seems, and I don't know for sure, I haven't seen it, but it seems kind of like a reverse It's a Wonderful Life.
Okay.
He apparently like gets to the gates of heaven, but he like pleads his case to whoever it is. I don't know if it's God or if it's just like an angel or something, but he proceeds to go through his entire life, kind of like It's a Wonderful Life, and explain all of the horrible, terrible things he's done and justify why he doesn't need to go to heaven and he needs to go to the other place. So that's a fascinating premise.
That's cool.
So and you sold me even more. I was already excited about it, but it's Ernst Lubitsch.
That's right.
I mean, what? Shop Around the Corner. We both watched that. You just watched it this last Christmas.
On your recommendation.
Delightful film. This is not delightful.
I loved it. It was so good.
Like, if this has the same kind of charming banter and dialogue throughout like that does, and the heart. Oh, when he invites little Jimmy or whatever his name is over to his house for Christmas dinner.
Oh my God. And honestly, Billy Wilder talks about how he's always striving to the Lubitsch touch, as he calls it. He's like, to him, Ernst Lubitsch is the all-time great cinematic storyteller.
And you got another Lubitsch film already this week, so
I did.
This is the one I've got. You watch that one, I'll watch this one, and then we'll swap stories.
We'll compare notes.
Can't wait to check it out. Heaven Can Wait. Seems like a good time. Being There is my next one. Several reasons that this is on the list. I've seen this referenced in some Criterion Closet videos, as it's just a great comedy. I believe it's Peter Sellers, is it not?
I think it is.
Yes, it is Peter Sellers. So I've heard that he gives a fantastic performance in this. And then I was already into it, and then I listened to a podcast recently with Charlie Day, of all people, from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Great guy. And he is putting together a film called El Tonto right now. He's directing his first film, and he described it as this. He said, I really wanted to do a silent comedic character like the greats, like Chaplin or like Peter Sellers, and he referenced Being There specifically as one of the big movies from the 70s and 80s that really inspired him as a youngin'. So apparently his next film is going to be similar to this, so I wanted to check it out finally.
That
And,
is awesome. I had a coworker who swore by this movie, said it was his favorite movie. Now Charlie Day is swearing by it. You just got to watch it. Maybe I should buy it already, but I will be listening eagerly for your thoughts on that film.
Yeah, it sounds like. This is what I've been diving in lately to a lot of Chaplin films. Been collecting all the Buster Keaton films. And Harold Lloyd. So this is, I think, probably a callback to that kind of stuff. If it's a silent character and another comedy. So I'm interested in checking it out. Very provocative image right there. Nice. I like the dark blue contrasted with the light blue and the white in the front. Lovely spine. All around. Very excited for this one. Next one. Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. This has been on my radar since HBO Max launch. This was a launch title for HBO Max.
That's right.
If you remember, the other channel that we were working on, we thought about doing a blind commentary on this. We had no idea what it was because there was just so much on HBO Max. We figured it would be like a fun blind commentary, like if it was like a, I don't know. We did not expect it to be what it was. You're actually the one that was like, no, that's actually a really, really classic movie. That's part of the Criterion Collection. I was like, oh, let me look more into this. And then my wife in the November sale picked up Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown, which is up there in the reds, and absolutely loved it. We watched it recently. Hilarious, beautiful, vibrant colors like this. I'm assuming this is indicative of how this is going to look too, because that film was gorgeous with the colors. And very funny and very, it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm hoping I enjoy this just as much. From what I've heard of what you know about it, it seems to be in a similar vein, kind of comedy, but about dark subject matter.
Yeah, but it's also very playful.
Yeah.
And kind of transgressive.
Yeah. That's totally what his other film was. So cool. I'm a fan. I've only seen one of his films, but Almodovar?
Pedro Almodovar.
I'm a fan of Almodovar. I've only seen one of his films, but hopefully we like this one. I think this and Being There will be the first two that my wife and I watch from this whole month of stuff, because we're very excited to check this one out.
And you opened that up, and the colors just all around on this release
are
to die for.
Look at that. You've got all of that. I had to open this one up right away. I haven't opened the other ones yet, but yeah. You've got the blues and the orange and the greens. You've got the wraparound artwork. And then the book just continues that color scheme. So I can't wait to look at this movie and read it. Didn't mention that he is a Spanish filmmaker, so it will be subtitled, but totally fine with us. We are we are totally fine with subtitles at this point. We've got you've got over 200 Criterions at this point.
Yeah.
And after this sale, I don't know how many I have. I need to do a count up, but that is Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. And then this next one, my last Blu-ray of the set, is Rushmore. Yes, I got knocked one more Wes Anderson off the list, which means there's only one left that I do not have, which is
The Royal Tenenbaums.
Yeah, The Royal Tenenbaums. But yes, this is Rushmore. This is his second film, I believe, and it already instantly feels like his style. I got Bottle Rocket and Darjeeling Limited 2 days ago, and I'm so happy to have Rushmore. This was one of my favorite ones. This might be top 6. Probably that area.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this one. I had to open this one up too. You've got the disc that is an artwork of a library card. You've got this fold out with a little essay there, and you've got the chapters and the cast and just all the details.
I really like the way they wrote out that essay. That's awesome. I wish some more would do something like that.
Yeah, and it's got illustrations to go with the essay. It's awesome. And then, even better, it comes with this beautiful, really thick cardstock map. Kind of a la It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, except this isn't a real map like that one was. But it's got all the big hits from the film. If you've seen the film, pause it here. You can see all these references. Connor's not seen it yet.
Sadly,
he is lacking in the Wes Anderson category. I've got to remedy that soon and tell you which ones. You got to check out Steve Zissou. It's wonderful. But yeah, so let me get all this back in here. Very excited for Rushmore. I've only seen it once, but like I said, I'm trying to do a ranking of all of the Wes Anderson films soon. So Love to have that one in my collection. Nice, lovely, soft green spine. And then my last one. One more. You were so happy for me to get this one. This is my only 4K of the day. This came out 2 sales ago about?
No, it was last sale.
It was just the November sale.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm not too far behind, but I mean, I am the last person on the earth who collects Criterions to get this one, but it's Citizen Kane. Oh, and it's in pretty dang good shape.
Yeah,
for being this digibook that's kind of hard to get in good shape. So I'm happy with that. Oh, look at that. Look at the rosebud.
I love the texture. I love the
It's
colors.
so nice. I mean, everyone's already seen this. There's no reason to show this off, but it's such a cool digipack. It's got a big, thick booklet in there. It's got 4 discs, 4K.
4K.
Oh, I'm so happy to have this. I haven't seen this since college, but this guy over here is this movie's #1 fan.
No shame. It's my favorite movie. And this year I've been making a point to try to watch through all of Orson Welles' films. He is an artist that I know, just personally speaking, I relate to a lot. He is so awesome. And this movie is so special, especially after having watched and studied more of his career.
Oh, I'm very excited to check it out again. Lovely, lovely release. Don't think I ever need to buy this movie again. I think this is the best it's going to look.
It's as close to definitive of a release as this movie can possibly get.
Yes, and this is a $50 one, the 4Ks, so this was $25 for the sale, which can't beat it.
Steal.
Steal of a steal. All right, so that is my last one. Knocked off a pretty good part of my overall list. There are 2 big ones that hurt me that I didn't get this time. Stalker. I really wanted to get this month.
I am shocked we didn't see that anywhere.
Didn't see it at any of the 4 stores. I definitely would have gotten it. And Jacques Tati box set. I failed. It was at the second store.
It was at the third store.
It was at the third store, and it wasn't in perfect condition, but it was definitely good enough to buy, and I should have bought it because they had it at the store today, and it was not in good condition. I should have went with the other one.
One of those edges just got a little too much love.
So hopefully I can make my way back to that Sandy Springs store again, and it'll still be there. But if not, I might just have to just call it quits on Jacques Tati for this month and wait till the November sale and hope I get it then. But everything else I pretty much got. I also had the Freshman that I wanted to pick up, but didn't see that in a normal jewel case.
But you got Speedy and you got the Kid Brother, so you got your Harold Lloyd fix.
I did, yeah. I got plenty of Harold Lloyds, plenty of Charlie Chaplin's, and I can't. I'm not upset.
No.
I'm a little sad about Stalker and Jacques Tati, but overall it was great. You were just missing For All Mankind 4K.
Yeah. So For All Mankind, I was really wanting to get because documentaries in 4K sounds like a really immersive experience. I was thinking about getting The Worst Person in the World. That was at the store. I had it in my hands, but like The Incredible Shrinking Man, there was a razor's nick in the spine.
Cut the disc art right through, yeah.
I did not like that. And then there was Oakjaw,
Which
4K.
you were on the fence of.
I was on the fence about getting it. I love Parasite. I don't like Snowpiercer. This is the Bong Joon-ho film he made between those two. And hey, it's 4K. It's also one of his English language films. So it's a Netflix film. I might actually just watch that this month and then decide if I want to get it. So that's where I'm at with it right now. And also I was already getting Shaft and Double Indemnity on 4K. And I figured in terms of like the budget for today, it might have been better to just get those two and let Oakjaw wait till maybe later in the month.
Yeah, I may still pick up Oakjaw this month. I may wait till the November sale. I will pick up Oakjaw because I love Snowpiercer and Parasite. I wish we could get a Snowpiercer release. That would be great. But I do own it already on Blu-ray. But yeah, I held off on Oakjaw. Do you think you might pick up For All Mankind if you see it at like once you get back home this month?
Oh, yes. Okay. And I'm pretty sure my media guy at the closest Barnes & Noble, he every time I walk in, he says, if there's anything you want, tell it to me before a certain date and I will get it for you.
That's awesome.
So if I will walk in, if they don't have For All Mankind, I'll say, I've never taken him up on that offer because he already does so much to stock that store. I'll probably tell him if you can get me For All Mankind on 4K, that would be pretty clutch, and he'll do it for me.
Sweet.
He's pretty great.
Well, I hope he does, and I hope you get your last 2 that you needed. Real quick, I should also mention that my wife came with us to the store today. That is correct. And she picked up 5 titles that she was excited for. This is 1939's Love Affair, a very recent release. And her and I just saw An Affair to Remember in theaters. It was playing at our local Strand Theater. And you informed us that that is a remake of this.
Yes, by the same filmmaker.
Same director. So, Love Affair, 1939, a year that I have vowed to collect all of the big hits from. So I guess.
Hold on, Leo McCarey, the same director as Make Way for Tomorrow.
Oh, well, I'm 2 for 2 with his then. And then the next film that my wife picked up is Gilda, which you were talking to her about for a little bit. You've talked about this before on the channel in the either November haul or last July.
That was last July.
Wow, you've had it for a year and you still haven't watched it. Shame. But it's a beautiful release, and she's already opened all hers because she doesn't want to wait, so I'll show you the insides. The lovely fluorescent pink. This one is one she's wanted for a while. This is Merrily We Go to Hell. Ooh, haven't looked at that inside yet. Lovely orange and brown. I won't talk about these too much because she has her own reasoning for wanting these films. I just know that she's wanted this one for a while. And then Some Like It Hot, Billy Wilder. We both love The Apartment. We watched that together, and she loves Marilyn Monroe. And I don't think she's seen this. Maybe she has. I definitely haven't. So I'll be watching that with her soon. And then the last one she picked up was the 4K of The Piano, which I was able to sway her to pick up because, I don't know, I think we'll like it. We both just watched The Power of the Dog, and we love to have the visuals of that film, and this just looks gorgeous. And I can't wait to look at some very pretty cinematography, and hopefully I really dig the story.
Yeah, I am also not yet seen that, but I do own it.
So that is her 4K, 4 Blu-rays. We'll throw that on the pile and fill up the shelf behind me. We might have to move all the Criterions to a new shelf soon because it is taking a lot of real estate on the shelves. But that is it. That is our massive Criterion haul. 4 different stores, 4 different days, 1 week of Criterion Adventure madness. I'm going to miss you, buddy.
Hey, I'm going to miss being here. This was a lot of fun. I don't know if I could ever... When I walk into a Barnes & Noble now to get some Criterions, I'll be like, I need to have a camera. I got to be...
Yeah, it's going to be boring now. We're just going to shop by ourselves. It was a lot of fun having someone there hunting with me.
It was a blast.
It was great. I wish I had someone closer that I could do it with. You're literally almost as far away from me as you possibly can and still be in the same country.
Yep.
All the way from Oregon to Atlanta.
It's a long
flight. And you got to do that flight tomorrow morning, so we shouldn't stay up too late. Let's wrap this video up, and we hope you enjoyed checking out our picks with us, and let us know what you picked up in the sale in the comments below. Let us know what you think of our picks, and we will see you very soon with more Criterion content. We're actually about to film a discussion.
That's correct.
Our 6th Criterion Corner discussion on a Criterion film. So we're going to wrap this up and go straight to that. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys real soon. See you later, man.
It's been real. It's been a pleasure.
Enjoy Vegas and LA.
See ya.